Hey, what's going on, people? This is your boy, man, Mike. And before we get started, please hit that subscribe button. Tell your friends to come chat Falcons football with your boy. And this is a shout out and review of his video. The guy's name is AR10. That is his channel. I will have the link in the description so you can check out his video. Now, let's get to the topic at hand. And basically, if you saw the video, if you check out the video, you will see my point of why I made this video. And he goes on to in his video to say that why in the hell would the Falcons? I don't understand what the Falcons were doing. They didn't draft the O-lineman. They didn't draft the defensive tackle. They didn't address a lot of their needs in this draft. I beg to differ greatly. If you are any fan, if you've seen film on the Atlanta Falcons, you know that they needed a corner. A third corner. Now, God bless Brian Poole, but in the Super Bowl, he got torched. Last season, he got torched by smaller, quicker, faster receivers. This is a fact. The Falcons needed a third corner. O-lineman. Now, this is a fact. Wes Schweitzer wasn't as good as we'd hope he would be, but the good news about this, he's only in his third year. This guy's still young. He still has more he could definitely improve. We have Andy Levitre, and we signed a guy from 49ers, Brandon Fusco. Now, who the hell is Brandon Fusco? Guys, I've made a video on this. And let's make this clear. Just because you haven't heard of an offensive lineman doesn't mean that he isn't any good. Just because you haven't heard of the offensive lineman, you haven't seen him play, you haven't heard ESPN, Fox News, all of these big sports stations talk about these offensive linemen doesn't mean they aren't any good. Okay? Let's get that straight. Falcons have made a living off of drafting players you haven't heard of, who doesn't have a big name. Now, why am I saying this? Because you have a free safety, a starting free safety for the Falcons. He was on the fucking practice squad. Who is he? You know who he is. Ricardo Allen. He wasn't a highly touted. You have another guy on the Falcons team, a starting right tackle. He was an undrafted free agent. Now he's a starting tackle for the Atlanta Falcons. So people, you don't have to have big names to have players that fit your scheme, and coaches can teach them and bring them along to play inside their scheme. You don't need big names. We don't need Ndamukong Suh. We don't need all these huge names. Just find players you can teach to play inside your scheme, and eventually they will get better. So, no, Falcons didn't get a lot of big names. They had a terrific draft. Calvin Ridley is one of the best receivers coming out of college. How the hell do you not see that is not a good thing from the Falcons? You have Isaiah Oliver. Some people had him rated the number one cornerback in the league. Brett Coleman. You can check out his videos. He has Isaiah as the number one corner coming out of college. So Falcons fans, no, this is not a big draft. I know you're used to having big names and big players that everyone is talking about, but that does not mean that the Falcons failed in this draft. We have yet to see any one of these players. We don't know if the number one running back in the league, in the nation, the number one scouted player in the entire nation, in the NFL Combine. We don't know this. And yet we're jumping to conclusions based on what our expectation was. Saquon Barkley could be a bust. For me, he's not Adrian Peterson. For me, he's not Todd Gurley. He's not any one of those guys. Those guys were absolute special in college. You want to tell me that he was underused at Penn State? Come on, dudes. Stop it. Stop it. Now, Falcons fans, relax, people. Let everything play out, and we will go from there. Because right now, we drafted a lot of players. We drafted a lot of players in the past. Jalen Collins was one. He was a second-round pick. Falcons thought, a lot of people thought Jalen Collins would be a very good player. But he can't stay off the freaking sauce. Okay? Things don't turn out the way we expect them. Go the complete opposite way. I thought that Rashid Bateman would be a terrific defensive tackle but he just couldn't put it together. These things happen, people. So let Dan Quinn and his guys coach up these players that we have. Isaiah Oliver, Calvin Ridley, Dejan Senat, a lot of these players, Ito Smith, these are very good players. Just relax, people. We don't need a bunch of big names for everything to come. Who the hell would have thought Deion Jones would be one of the best linebackers in the fucking league? He was not a huge scout. The Falcons saw a terrific player who fits their scheme and drafted him. Who the hell would have thought Takk McKinley would be as good as he is in his rookie year? These things fucking happen, people. We don't need big names. We don't need huge names. We need players and coaches to coach up these players and play inside their scheme. That's what we need. That's the Patriot way. Now, this is the Patriots way. This has been the thing the Patriots have done for years, 15 years or so. They pick players that fit their scheme and they coach them up. They don't have a big name. They have one name, one player that they kept the entire time, and that's Tom fucking Brady. They don't need a lot of big names. You don't need a lot of big name players. Coaches coach players and players play within their scheme. That's how you win. And with that said, let me know what you guys think about this video. And your boy Man Mike is out. And do not forget to hit AR10. The link will be in the description. Subscribe to his channel. And your boy Man Mike is out. Peace. I'm gone, baby.